Hey gang, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be installing here at my house this 4-camera solar powered security camera system from AOSU. Right now on Amazon, this camera kit is going for $349, which in the grand scheme of things for security cameras isn't really that bad. It's actually kind of on the lower end. Why I was intrigued about this particular camera system is A, it does not require any type of monthly fees. A lot of these camera systems, you have to pay like a $3 or $4 or $5 or even $10 monthly fee to store the footage in their cloud service. This, you do not have to pay any type of fee for this. And you get, I believe, around 32 gigabytes of storage that's just gonna be a rolling storage. So once you get up to 32 gigabytes, it's going to start overwriting the earliest footage and just keep it in a big loop. Probably about 2 to 3 weeks worth, depending on how you have these cameras set up in terms of motion capture. But I think that's gonna be more than enough. And again, these are all solar powered. So they're outside cameras and they come with a little tiny solar panel. Think of the solar panel as like a trickle charger. It's not going to be used to necessarily charge up these cameras from 0 to full because they're tiny. But it comes with these little solar panels, and it's actually got that ETFE coating on it. So these are going to withstand the elements outside. And it doesn't say anywhere, but I'm guessing they're probably like a 2.5 to 4 watt solar panel is all it is. But you get 4 of these in the box. And of course you get some stickers you can put up. I'm not gonna be worried about that. But here are all your solar panels that you're gonna plug directly into your camera. We'll get those out of the way for right now. And you get 4 of these cameras. And when you get these, you're gonna wanna charge them up via USB-C with a power station or a power delivery type adapter plugged into your home outlet. But that's how you're really gonna charge these things up from 0 to 100% is by using the provided USB-A to USB-C plug. You just plug it in here and then plug this into your wall and charge these cameras up fully. And then these solar panels are gonna kind of keep it topped off while it's outside. It comes with all of your mounting brackets for the camera and for the actual solar panel. And then these are gonna be the brackets for mounting your solar panel. It's got a little kind of a gimbal, so you can try to adjust your solar panel toward the south to get it the most efficient return to get put back into your camera. You get 4 of these. You've got your actual home base. So this isn't truly 100% wireless. You have to plug in this home base into your router inside your home. Some cameras actually have that built into the camera, but this you actually have to plug in. But if you are able to connect to your router, these are a little bit better in terms of reliability if you can connect this directly to your home router. So this is the home base. You've got your Ethernet cable to connect your home base to your home router, and you have a whole bunch of mounting screws and more mounting plates for the camera. Now these are 2K cameras, they're not 4K, and I'm okay with that because 4K takes up so much data, either on an SD card or on the cloud, and 2K is more than enough, in my opinion, to be able to kind of see what's going on outside. I really don't want 4K cameras, again, because they just take up too much data. And then the last piece of the puzzle to all this is gonna be your power adapter that's going to plug into your home base, just like this. So that plugs in. This is gonna plug into the wall, and then your Ethernet cable is gonna plug in right here. And then the other end of this is gonna plug into your home router. So I'm gonna go in my house, I'm gonna go to where my router is, I'm gonna plug this into my router. I've got a few extra ports on the back of my router that this Ethernet cable is gonna plug into. Then I'm gonna plug it into the wall, and then we're gonna kind of test the cameras out here in the shop to make sure that it works, because this, of course, has an app, and I have not set it up yet. So if you go to the AOSU app, download it. I haven't even added a device yet, so I've got to come in and add my device, and then we'll see how it looks like in terms when you have all 4 cameras on. See what it kind of looks like as the layout and what all you can do with the camera settings itself on the app. So let me go get this hooked up inside my house next to my router, and we'll come back and see if we can get these cameras synced up to the home base. All right, so I went inside, I got everything hooked up. The LED indicator on the front of that home base is blinking green. So I've got the app opened up now. I'm gonna click Add Devices, and it appears that it has found the home base. So I'm gonna click Add, and hopefully it'll connect. Things like this usually aren't quite this simple. Wow, Successful home base connection. Camera connecting, please wait. Now I don't have any of these cameras turned on, so let's see how that's gonna work. So I just looked at the serial number on the back of that, and it's actually got the serial number right here. I'm gonna see if I can turn it on from here. Okay, so please turn on the camera. Turn on the camera, press and hold the sync button at the bottom for 5 seconds until you hear the hello startup sound. Right there. Press and hold for 5 seconds.
Hello.
I definitely heard a hello. Okay, so it just turned green, the little check mark. So this one camera is turned on.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, I gotta fix that motion, but we've got all 4 cameras now connected. So I'm gonna hit done. And let's see what this brings us up. Smart cloud storage. Preserve every historical footage. Never miss a moment. Of course, there is a firmware update. So I'm going to update the firmware. All right, so we're updating the firmware on the home base and probably all the cameras. So we'll be back when all the firmware is updated. All right, well, I've got all of the firmware updated on all the cameras and the actual home base. It took about 5 minutes. And so far, I'm pretty impressed. So when I go back to open up the app now, you can see, of course, all 4 cameras are right here in line, so they all look the same, but you can see me right here. And I've got notifications turned on, so it does send you a notification if it detects motion. You can turn that on and off in the app, but you can kind of change the view. So there's the kind of cross view. You can change that to more up and down view. You can go into each camera. You can switch the definition. So right now it's on standard definition. You can go into the ultra high definition or 2K. If you go into, and I want to make something clear, it does have 32 gigabytes of free storage. That is local storage on the home base. You do have to pay for a subscription if you want cloud storage. That is a monthly subscription fee. However, I think 32 gigs stored locally on this is the way that I want to go, because A, it's free, and B, I don't want my videos in the cloud. There's hackers out there. I don't know. I'm silly like that. I would just much prefer my encrypted videos, which these are encrypted, to be stored locally. And again, 32 gigs. It's just a rolling 32 gigs. So it's just going to keep erasing itself once it gets up to that 32 gig mark. But if you want to go back and look at videos, you hit the cloud button and then go to the local setting, and it'll pull up. Right now it's showing live view, but you can go and see all of your recorded videos within that 32 gig storage capacity. So overall, pretty good. And these are 166 degree viewing pattern. So it gives a very wide array of field of view. So you're gonna capture a lot. But I think what I'm gonna do next, guys, I'm gonna go, it's raining outside right now, but I'm gonna go install these somewhere around the perimeter of my house, and then I'm going to kind of show you what it looks like actually, not sitting in here in the garage, because it's not really a good depiction of how these cameras work. But then I'll show you how wide the view is, kind of what all it captured, and how good the actual video is. But so far, just sitting here in the garage, I think they're obviously going to be way more than good enough to really see what's going on. So the cool thing about this being all wireless, you can put these anywhere. You don't have to have wires run into each corner of your house, which is what this house has. They have wired security cameras. These you can put anywhere, and the solar cable cord on this is really long, so you don't necessarily have to put the camera right next to the solar panel. You can put the solar panel about 10 feet away into the sun. So I'm gonna go figure out where I want to put all these cameras, and then we'll come back and see what they look like. So setup on these things really couldn't be easier. You just screw in these mounting plates for the solar panel, which is what I have kind of angled to the sun. Trees are getting in the way a little bit, but then you just take this cord and you plug it directly into the bottom on the USB-C, and there is a little gasket that's going to keep that pretty much safe from the elements. It's kind of hard to see, but that is a weatherproof seal on that USB-C. But then you also just screw on the little mounting plate for the camera into the side, in my case the fence, and you slap that camera on, and that's set up. So you can really put these literally wherever you want. All right, so all I'm gonna say, guys, is that these little surveillance video camera systems for your home or RV or whatever have come such a long way. When we moved into this house 5 years ago, I spent almost $800 on a wired camera system that it's still working, but it was quite a struggle, honestly, to install. And this setup right here is absolutely dead simple. I had no issues updating the firmware, getting the cameras to connect to the home base. Everything just worked really well. It is still pouring down rain outside, so I can't get these cameras really hooked up to where I want them. I did hook up one camera in the backyard when we had a little brief period of rain delay that I'm gonna show you. So I've got 3 cameras here in my shop. I've got that one camera out in my backyard, and you can see here from the main home screen, you can see all 4 of my cameras. You can scroll up and down. I'm gonna select the backyard camera. And I kind of want you to see how good it looks. There's probably, yeah, I figured there's some raindrops on the lens, but let me rotate it sideways so you can see kind of how wide it is. It's a 166 degree field of view. And these cameras, by the way, are IP66 water rated, so it being out here in the rain right now is no big deal. And naturally there is a giant raindrop on that lens when I'm trying to show you. But let me get out of this camera view and go to one that I have here in the shop. So we'll go to the one directly behind me. And here's kind of a view of what you see from behind me. Super wide. I mean, I'm getting both my walls, obviously, and then we'll go to, you know, the other cameras over here somewhere, over there. And I also like the fact that it's got a battery percentage meter right here on the home screen in the top right hand of this preview screen. You can see all my batteries are at 100% right now. So that's a good kind of indicator when you open up the app to see if you do maybe need to take that camera down and charge it up physically with a power station or a power delivery little plug-in port, whatever. But I think that having these solar panels somewhat properly aligned is going to be enough to keep these topped off. At least that's what I'm hoping. If you guys are interested, let me know in about a month or two and I'll let you know how it's working out for me. But I think they're gonna do fine. I have one other camera in the backyard that's solar powered and it stays at 100% all the time. I never mess with it. But gang, for 350 bucks, it was way cheaper than what I currently have on my house that's wired. It was easier to set up. I have a wider field of view, and the app is a little bit easier than what I was using. So overall, gang, I think it's a pretty cool little setup. So I'll leave the Amazon link to this particular setup that I got down in the video description below if you want to check it out. And there might even be some sales coming up on it. I'm not sure, but put it in your Amazon cart if you like it, and you'll get a notification through Amazon if it goes on sale. Price lower, it'll let you know. So anyway, gang, that's it for my little security system setup. I wish I could have gotten all the other cameras installed, but it is a monsoon outside right now, so I'm not going to go out and brave the elements. But gang, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care.